And we are back at Up North at 4. Today we are joined with Embrace Yoga Studio, healing, meditation, all of it pretty much, with Kelly and Gracie. Thank you ladies so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for coming to talk a little bit about your studio. And not just yoga classes, but let's talk about some programs you also have.
Sure. So Embrace is really an all-encompassing area for people to come in, whether they're coming to take a class, whether it's yoga, sound healing. But we really try to also focus on specific therapies that help people to feel better, to relieve stress and tension. Sometimes it's working with trauma. But specifically tonight we came in to talk about how we support families on the journey. Families are inundated with stress. Two parents working or sometimes split families or whatever the situation may be, and that it's okay to reach out. It's more than okay. It's like the bravest thing you can do is to reach out and say, help me here. And so that's what we wanted to talk about. We have it's called Generational Mending, which is specifically for helping families, children, and parents of all ages and all stages. And then also specifically what we do to work with children. So I'll let Gracie take it from here.
Yes, so my role at Embrace, is I work with children. And when they come in, they are often trying to process what's going on inside. And they are like a sponge. So if you think of a sponge, right, they're absorbing 24/7. In order for that sponge to reabsorb information, it needs to release. So when I'm working with a child one-on-one, we're releasing some of those low vibrating energies. That could be fear, shame, guilt, which then leads to behaviors that look like isolation, avoiding school, avoiding eye contact, self-harm, etc. So if any child is struggling with something like that, I would love to welcome them with an open heart in my office. So then what we do once we release is we rewire. So if we have fear and then we instead put confidence, self-trust, and security, now when they go back to the root problem, that behavior looks a lot different. And if you want to talk about fast healing, get the parents involved. It's a fast track success to whole generational mending.
I like that sponge analogy a lot.
Yeah,
that was very nice. I want to keep talking about this. I do want to mention the couple items we have out here.
Okay.
Kelly, do you mind explaining what these are?
Sure. So here we have a yoga bolster and a strap. And the reason I chose to bring those in is a lot of times we hear, I can't do yoga. My body doesn't bend that way. I can't, right? All of those things. And yoga is literally for every body shape, size, flexibility. A lot of people will say, I'm not flexible. That's the whole reason you come to yoga, right? Because we're trying to build strength and find balance, because it's not just helping with your physical body, but it also is a way to find more presence, to live more mindfully, and to slow down the thoughts, right? To come into a conscious awareness of what's coming, because people have over 6,000 thoughts a day, and most of them are the same as the day before. So
and they just keep building.
And they keep building.
Releasing.
Yeah.
You guys are great. I'm learning so much.
I have been a yoga person for about 10 years, and so I know a lot about this, but I know from my experience that besides the body and allowing to become more loose and more flexible, it has personally for me helped me mindfully. And I think that that's been, because with working on an exercise, it's one thing, but it really reaches the mindset of it and slows down thoughts and puts you more at peace. And I know that from my own personal experience. So, but I mean, I just love yoga.
But are you flexible enough?
It gets you flexible. It does. It does. You just have to keep at it, practice.
I do want to mention this as well. What is this?
Yes.
So this is called a singing bowl. It's a crystal singing bowl, and we have things called a sound bath. And a sound bath is a delicious experience because you lay there and you receive healing through sound and through the vibrations in the room. So the sound practitioner has singing bowls throughout the room as well as other instruments, and plays for the entire hour while helping you with different practices like yoga nidra or other things to to reset the nervous system because most of us are on high alert all the time with that nervous system. So it's a great way to reset yourself.
Definitely. And we don't have that much time left. I do want to go to Gracie one last time, but I also want to mention before we forget, you guys are in Rhinelander, and where are you at again?
We are on 3651 Spring Road. So if you are going past Walmart and Walgreens, you would hang a left onto Spring Road.
Okay, Gracie, anything to add from our conversation?
And then just for the, if you want to say what sites, what websites for the programs, for the parents and then the children, where parents can go if they want to sign up for the program, if you want to mention.
Yes, if you take a look at the Embrace website, there's a Just for Kids section, and then there's generational mending, and I offer emotional release therapy one-on-one as well.
Lots of services. The website's embracethejourney.studio.
Okay.
You guys are doing great work. Thank you for being in this community.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We'll be right back after the break. We'll talk to Devin about the weather going on right now. We'll be right back.